Hello, Taurus. Let's see what's happening for you right now. Whenever you see this, messages for Taurus, please. What's going on with Taurus and what does Taurus need to know? Messages for Taurus, please. The Chariot, the Three of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Seven of Cups. You have a very difficult decision to make here, and you're not sure what to do. It's like you're trying to hold on to what you've already managed to accomplish and achieve in your life, but at the same time, you know that you need to make a move. You need to move forward on something here. You're worried, especially about stability and financial abundance, and you're not sure if this is the right thing to do, if this is the right move to make. How is it going to work? Is it ever going to work? The answer is yes. There is a new opportunity here, and something has got to change or end for this new opportunity to begin, for this new path to open up. You have reached a personal milestone in your life. This is a call for celebration. This is a cause for celebration. You have a new idea. I see that you are spending some time to think about it, to take your time. I see that you're being very pragmatic, practical, and realistic about this. It's not as bad as you think. If you think it's like giving you anxiety, like it's going to be a lot better than you might expect. This is going to go a lot better than you expect. I see 444. I see also 7, 2 7s, 2 9s, 3 4s. Okay, 2 aces and the Fool card. Everything here has a correlation or a synchronicity. Everything is repeating. There may be like a repetitive cycle that you're still navigating. You feel like you're finished with this repetitive cycle, but you're not quite established in a new location or a new cycle yet. So you're at the beginning here, and there's so much potential for growth and abundance. I see this being very positive for you. Okay. So you're deeply contemplating this move, meditating on this, really thinking about the step you're about to take, preparing yourself, getting ready for this. I see you finding clarity in your mind and in your heart, feeling at ease and at peace within yourself in order to see the way forward. I'm also reminded that a peaceful mind is a just mind. Someone posted that, a friend of mine posted that few weeks ago. I loved it. I was like, that is so perfect for what I was thinking that day. A peaceful mind is a just mind. A just mind is a peaceful mind. I think you're doing this together with a friend, a lover, a person of interest, a specific person on your mind. The two of you are doing this together, but it does seem like you have a certain sense of doing something alone. Like there's something that only you can do. And I do see that it brings you closer together with this person, but it's like, still it's your choice to make. There is a new opportunity here. You're not sure if you should go for it, whether this is alone or with somebody else. I do see that it leads you to community. I see that it leads you to wealth and abundance. I do see that you are, keep getting this feeling like you're doing this with somebody else, but there's something that only you can choose or only you can decide. Like there's a personal responsibility and sovereignty that you have that's very important to this reading today, because it's up to you what you're going to do with your life. But I also see that there is community, there is a relationship here that's really important to the grand scheme of things long term. This new opportunity is leading you to long-term financial success, stability, prosperity, growth and abundance, having more than enough to go around, a new job, a new location, a new home, A new path is opening up, and I'm just seeing this. It's sort of repeating, and as you have a choice to make, and you're not sure. You're not sure if you're doing the right thing. You're not sure if this is the right choice for you. But I'm seeing that yes, it is. I'm seeing that this new path is so potent. It's so magical. It's so, you are manifesting exactly the place that you need to be, the new home. You're going home. There's a house here. There's a celebration here. There is a path opening up, and you're choosing to follow it. And it's leading you exactly where you need to be. I'm seeing prosperity, wealth, and abundance. I'm seeing also luxury, having more than enough. It's like you're holding on to something that is stable, right? Okay. But holding on is also sort of holding you back from embracing something new that will be even more growth and evolution and abundance. Like it's growing bigger. It's getting bigger. That's what I'm seeing. Expansion. I'm seeing growth. Going from the 4 to the 9 to the 10. You need the 6. Where's the 6? Well, I see a 5 there. I think that you're worried about this. I think that it feels a little overwhelming, or it feels like you're hesitant, you know, and that's wise. You're being wise. You're being pragmatic. You're being realistic. I'm also seeing that you're being encouraged to have bravery and to even to approach this in a sort of beginner's mindset, or maybe even like in a playful sort of way. Because you could be learning something new here, studying something, investing in it, investing your time, your resources, your energy, your attention into this, and it will grow and it will prosper. So there's a sense of needing to take action but not doing it. You're holding yourself back. Maybe because you're scared, you're afraid, you're not sure. I feel like this whole reading is trying to reassure you, to tell you to rest assured, to get ready to go, because you're moving on, you're moving forward, and it's a good thing. Act with integrity, right? Something about being reliable, having integrity, showing up, and following through. It's like make your choice and stick with it. You can't lose. What if you couldn't lose? What would you do if you could do anything at all? I feel like there's an invitation here with the Fool card and even the 7 of Cups Chariot. I'm feeling the Star card, and I'm feeling the 6 of, well, there's the Moon. Okay, well, there's the 6 of Cups. I was feeling more like the 6 of Pentacles and the Star card, but I'm seeing King of Cups, the Moon, 6 of Cups, King of Pentacles. Okay, I'm not supposed to really be digging into this right now. It's an invitation to dream. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to idealize in this today. What would you do if you could do anything at all? What would you do if you weren't afraid, or if you weren't It's almost like there's something that you really want and you feel like you can't have it, or it's not going to work, or it's not possible. And I see you figuring out a way that actually it will work, and it is possible, and yes, you can. Perhaps it's important to get creative in your approach, or to just simply have faith. But actually, yes, you can. Yes, you can. So I'm going to put this here, because this is all relevant to what you're doing today. There's your 2 of Swords. It's a choice, and it's up to you. It's up to you to make this decision. Okay, what is it I'm seeing? Ignoring, inner peace, ignoring outside influences to come to your own conclusions, making up your own mind, choosing for yourself what you're going to do. There's something else here. From a place of peace and clarity. So what you're worried about, it may not be as bad as you think. Okay, well, I see you in this reading today. It's like we start off from a place of confusion, uncertainty, choices that you need to make, and not knowing what's right and what's good and what's, you know, true. And in the end, finding balance and centeredness, finding more information, getting the information that you need, getting the clarity that you need in order to make the decision. I also see a powerful emotional connection that you have with someone. There's a sense of needing to maintain calm and balance and to see something in a different light or see something differently. So perhaps getting that information will help you to find peace and find balance here, to make a choice from a place of centeredness and calmness and seeing it very clearly, and maybe even being very wise in your resource management, resource acquisition and management here. So like, yeah, you're lucky, you're fortunate, you've worked hard, you are enjoying the fruits of your labor, but you're also making wise choices about where to invest your energy, your time, your money, your attention. What are you giving attention to? That's what you're going to get more of. But I see that in the best possible way. New path, new idea, new sense of clarity, purpose, direction, focus, feeling at ease and at peace, making the right decision from a place of fairness and integrity, maybe even making a compromise here with somebody, meeting someone halfway, investing in this together. We've got thread. You are a canvas. Paint yourself with beauty. Painting yourself with beauty. Oh, that's like the 9 of Pentacles too. It's all about taking very good care of yourself, and it shows. You're staying hydrated. You've got your skincare routine, right? This is Venus and Virgo. Taking care of your health. Your good health is the foundation of all of the rest of your life. Like, true wealth is physical health. Like, health is wealth. Time is freedom. Like, real richness is like owning your own time, being able to set your own pace, and having the health and the energy. Okay, we've also got trick. Where light falls, shadows seek to follow. There's almost like a trick of the light here. We've got love spell. As I see love, so love finds me. I feel like there's been this love spell in your readings recently. Rooted, let your strength grow from deep roots. And finally, we have part. You can only be of service to others by putting yourself first. At the bottom, we have give. Generosity opens the way for abundance. Generosity opens the way for abundance. So giving it away, clearing the path is also like not clinging to something. It's like don't hold on too tight to what you have. You might end up missing out on even better, even more, even greater. Give it away. It comes back to you times 10. We also have this bibliomancy. We're going to do some bibliomancy today for my Taurus. We've got, in the end, the sum total of the essence of our individual works may serve as a reflection. The closer we get to the true essence of each work, the sooner they will somehow, at some point in time, provide clues as to our own. So this is giving like, you will know them by their fruits. The essence of your work and what you do in your life with your time, with your energy, is a reflection of your essence as a person, as a spirit, as a soul. It reflects who you are. Allow it to reflect who you really are. The more authentic your work, the more authentic your decisions, the more authentic your lifestyle. Yeah, this is a reflection of who you truly are. Allow it to be. Like, the more authentic you are in yourself, the more in alignment you will be with, like, your most authentic lifestyle. I like that. Something like that, right? That makes sense. And then one more interesting, it says the opposite is true. For any rules you accept of what you can and cannot do as an artist or as a person, of what your voice is and isn't, of what is required to do the work and what you don't need, what you need and what you don't need, it would be worthwhile to try the opposite. If you're a sculptor, for example, you may start with the idea that what you're making has to exist in the material world. That would be a rule. So you think it has to exist in the material world as a rule. So to explore the opposite would be to consider how a sculpture can exist without being a physical object. Perhaps your best work could be conceived digitally or conceptually with no solid footprint. Or maybe it won't be your best work, but the thought process might lead you somewhere novel and intriguing. Think of a rule as an imbalance. Darkness and light are only meaningful in relationship to each other. Without one, the other couldn't exist. They are a matched dynamic system like yin and yang. Examine your methods and consider what the opposite would be. What would balance the scales? What would be the light to your dark or the dark to your light? It's not uncommon for an artist to focus on one end of the seesaw. Even if we don't choose to create the other side, understanding this polarity can inform our choices. Another strategy might be to double down, to take the shades you're currently working with into the extreme. Only through experimenting with balance do you discover where you are on the seesaw. Once you identify your position, you can move to the opposite side to find balance or go further out along the limb you're on, creating more leverage. For every rule followed, examine the possibility that the opposite might be similarly interesting. Not necessarily better, just different. In the same way, you can try the opposite of or the extreme of what's suggested in these pages, and it will likely be just as fruitful. Try the opposite or the extreme of what's suggested, and it may likely be just as fruitful. It's interesting because in this card it says, where the light falls, shadows seek to follow. What if you have a certain way of thinking, but the opposite may also be true? You're thinking, I have to do it this way. What if you tried to put the opposite into practice and did it another way? I'm not sure how that might mean for you, but this idea of balance, balancing opposites came out a couple times in your reading today. We even saw the Justice card for a moment. The equal opposites, equal opposite reaction. Maybe not better, but different. But maybe it would be better. Or maybe it would lead you to something better. Experimenting, being open to new ideas, being open to opposite ways of thinking. It may not be exactly the answer to your problem, or it may not be exactly the solution, right? Because you do need to answer a question. You do have to choose one or the other. It does seem you're faced with a choice here in this reading today. But even if it doesn't necessarily solve the problem or choose for you, right? It may help to lead you to that novel way of thinking that could bring you to that place where you find that solution. Creative problem solving, maybe sometimes putting yourself in the opposite position, putting yourself in a different mindset. What if the opposite is true? Okay. It's just something to think about, I guess. If nothing else, it's an interesting idea. The essence of who you are carries into the essence of what you create. And you can think in terms of the opposite of what you're used to doing. It may end up being exactly what you need to bring you to that place of fulfillment and completion and wealth and abundance. Even this idea of trying to cling to something or hold on to something. I need to save my money in order to be wealthy. I need to have a certain amount. What if you were to reset that set point? What if you were to think in terms of giving? Or if you're used to giving and you're always giving away and you're always spending, what if you take the opposite approach? And I guess it depends on where you are, either needing to be more flexible and more open-minded, or needing to be a little more grounded, a little more stable in order to achieve your goal. And only you can answer that question in this reading today. But if you'd like a personal, we could do that too. You could email me for a personal reading and we could dive into something more specific for you, more tailored to your specific situation, because this is a general reading for Taurus, but I trust that if it resonates, then it's yours. Okay. This new path is opening up. You're hesitating, but it will lead you to a place of wealth and security if you let it. It's up to you. Think about it. You're really thinking about it. You're preparing yourself to make this move. I feel like I had this energy for you before too, where you want to make sure everything's all lined up before you go. All right. That's what I've got for you today, Taurus. I hope this was helpful and of service to you. If you enjoyed this and you'd like a personal, send me an email. Other than that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you. If you feel the same way about me, you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Goodbye.